Alright, this is the third most recent print with the brittle, and supposedly because it's brittle it must have moisture. That's the general consensus, that if it's brittle it's wet. So this is how brittle it is. So having brittle filament means wet filament, so it shouldn't be printing properly. And again, this is the third of 3 prints that it has done recently. It did this one a few days ago. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. You can see, even though it is brittle and even though it is said to be moisture or full of moisture because of the brittleness, it still printed good. So I'm not sure that the brittleness is caused by moisture, because moisture is supposed to cause poor prints, right? I mean, it's like chicken and the egg. I guess if it's brittle, it's full of moisture, and filament full of moisture shouldn't be able to print well. So I don't know if the brittleness in this case is caused by moisture. I think it's caused because of the chemical makeup of the PLA. So the fact that it did print well, and you can see that for yourself, it printed great. There's actually a cover right here over that. This was the one before. And you can see there's no flaws. I mean, there's nothing that moisture would cause. So the one printing now is going to be finished here in about 15 minutes. But this is a cell phone holder, as a key holder as well. That's what this is for. A key ring, so your keys will be on here. You can set this up and set your phone in this little slot right there. But again, it's confusing that you get replies that if you have a crappy print, immediately they say, oh, you gotta, it's got moisture, you've got to put it into a dehydrator. That's like the first thing that's said. But at the end of the day, in this particular case, this filament is still brittle. So there's no indication that it's caused by moisture, because if there was moisture, that wouldn't be pretty. I mean, this would be crap. So, like I say, it is misleading based on what people are saying. And also, moisture is supposed to cause, like, moisture to be popping and making snapping sounds out of the nozzle. That's something else people are saying, that moisture in the filament will produce popping and snapping because the moisture is boiling off. I don't know. So I would say that there's no moisture in this filament, but the filament is still brittle. So there you go. It's whatever you want to believe, I guess. This is PLA from Creality, still holding together. So I'm going to print again another print with brittle filament. I mean, it is fact it's brittle, but I don't see the fact that brittleness in this case is caused by moisture, because moisture would produce a poor quality print. I mean, this is smooth, shiny, smooth. I don't know. I guess sometimes you get information that isn't quite right. Alright, happy printing. Oh, another thing, which you probably already know. It's a non-heated bed. Right there, you can see it right there. 0 set point on the bed, 0, non-heated. The nozzle is 185 for this particular filament, but non-heated bed as well. I mean, it's right here, printing right now on a classic ENDER 3, and that's the plastic extruder right there. Hard to believe, but there it is. Oh, look at that. Those are the original springs. It's also at the original E-step setting of 93. Same firmware that came from the factory. Same hot end. Same Bowden tube. Same extruder. It's a classic. And it's printing. It's a workhorse printer. ENDER 3.